Heading into the restore, you guys. I'm on the hunt for some nightstands. Those have been really hot sellers lately. Takes me a little bit longer to move the dressers these days, but the nightstands are gold. So let's see what we can find. It's a good sign, good sign. This restore always has a ton of end tables and dining room tables and coffee tables, but they're usually really light on the bedroom furniture and the nightstand. So let's go around the corner and see what we can find. See one, I don't know if this has a match though. There's two over there. All right, we have some things with potential. I'm gonna keep digging. Okay, so these are great, but here's the problem I'm running into is that everything is being sold as a set, and this is the rest of it. I don't want this whole thing. Plus, hello, not at that price. So there's a lot of single nightstands. There's a lot of those matching sets. Most everything is 35% off today, but you have to buy the whole set, and I don't think that's gonna work. Just when I was getting ready to leave the store, I found these guys on sale for 50 bucks. That's the perfect starting price for today's flip. So as somebody that flips furniture for a living, nightstands are a huge seller right now, and a lot of people obviously have them in their bedrooms, and a lot of people have them that need to be refinished. So I picked up this set because it's pretty much basic run-of-the-mill. I've seen this set a lot of times. I have a feeling you all are going to recognize this set because I've flipped the dresser from it 1, 2, 3 times now. But these are in really good shape. The drawers are perfect. It does have this really weird drawer at the top, but I think I can probably take this red velvet that's in here out of here, put in a nice drawer liner. We're gonna do something super fun with this. My friend Abby on her channel just did a whole thing about what color sells best on nightstands. And I'm gonna follow her lead, and we're gonna sort of design something around that. It's gonna be a little different, but I am gonna go with her hottest selling color, because at the end of the day, I should be able to sell these for close to $600 to $700 in my area. That's a really nice profit. And I'm going to try to do this in about a 24-hour flip so I can show you guys how realistic this is to do and hopefully give you the confidence to try it too. Let's go. First, I'm going to get these guys really clean with some Simple Green. It's a really good degreaser. These have been sitting in a garage or something for a while. They are pretty gross and covered in cobwebs. I'm going to have to get that taken care of. But first, I want to get off any pledge or furniture polish, and this is a great way to do that. You need to do that first, because if you try to go over that with paint, it's just not going to stick, and you're going to see that it's going to flake off or peel off easier over time. So these have got to be nice and clean. The hardware on these guys, it's going to go. This is definitely not what I want on this piece. We're going to do something a lot more modern. So let's get these off and see if there's anything else to fix on these. They're pretty gross and dirty inside, so I've got to tackle that too. These have a really glossy, thick surface to them, and my paint is not going to stick if I don't rough this up a little bit. So I'm taking a 180 grit sanding pad on my orbital sander and knocking down some of this gloss that's on top, just so my paint will adhere nicely. I'm going to give this sort of a faux wood look on the tops of this, and it does have some water damage, as you saw in the beginning. I'm just going to go ahead and knock all of that down so it's nice and flat. But the faux wood technique that I'm going to go for today on the top should hide any of those imperfections that are left behind. At least that's the hope. All right, I burnt through the top of this just a little bit. This is not solid wood. I don't even know if I could call this veneer. It's something, but underneath it's got particle board. So I burnt through whatever this top is into the particle board. So I took some of my clear shellac, just did a light coat on top of this so I don't have to worry about any bleed through. What I'm going to use has a little bit of built-in primer in it, so I should be just fine, but I wanted to seal that up just to be sure. Since I want to sell these for a really high value, I don't want any surprises at the end. You'd believe out of all of this paint that I don't even have the color that I want to use. I can't find it anywhere. I think we got to run to Sherwin. Just left my local Sherwin-Williams. I got the paint color I need. We're gonna go home and get this thing painted. I'm using Sherwin-Williams Emerald Trim Paint. This is in the color Tricorn Black. So it's one of their deeper blacks. The deepest black they have is Caviar, if I'm not mistaken, but Tricorn Black has a little bit of like a gray tone to it as well. So it sort of looks like cloudy or frosty, which I really like. And it's in their trim enamel, which is really important. So this has got a built-in top coat to it, so it's going to save me a step. I'll load this into my gravity-fed sprayer and off we go. You can roll this on as well or brush it on. I just have the sprayer that I like to use. I've linked another one that doesn't need a compressor in the video description below. It just gives the furniture just a nicer finish. You don't have to worry about brush strokes. But if you're doing this for yourself and you're not really concerned about that, use a brush or a roller. It'll do perfect. But when I'm selling my furniture, I really like a smooth finish. So I've left some options in the description below if you guys are interested. First coat is on. Can says I have got 4 hours between recoat times. So it's 3 o'clock right now, about 7 o'clock. I'm going to put on the second coat, let that dry overnight, and tomorrow morning I can start on the top. I let these dry overnight. They've got 2 coats of paint on them, and now I'm going to do something different on the top. Instead of just painting them all black, I'm going to add a little faux wood detail. So you've seen me use this before. This is my Retique It wood primer. This has actual wood fibers inside of it. Pretty cool. So when you put it on the top, it looks like it's real wood. So we're going to create a cool finish on these just to set them apart a little bit. This is the light primer. You've seen me use this many times. It's the same jar, you guys. I've gotten I think 4 projects out of just this one jar. And it's about a fourth of the way full right now. So this will be one of the last projects I've got, but I'd say this was worth the investment. It's gone a long way. I'm going to apply this with the Retique It brush that this kit came with, and I think I'm going to have to do 2 coats on the top of these.
While the top's dry, I'm going to have to do something with the insides of these drawers. It's time to get out this old gross velvet and put in something a little bit nicer. I'll start peeling this back with my scraper, and then I'll get out my heat gun to start loosening up the glue a little bit. I have the heat set to about a medium, but I also am wearing some heat resistant gloves, so you want to make sure you're wearing some sort of protection on your hands if you're going to use one of these. Next step is to create the faux wood top. I got out my graining tools and my Retique It stain in the color Pickled Oak. I put a light coat of stain on the top, and then I take my favorite graining tool and quickly move it across the top to create this real wood look. This stain is so forgiving. If you don't like the line you've just created, all you have to do is put another layer of stain on and just try again.
I'm going to try to find a stain up here. Out of all my stain choices to use on top of this, I think I want a dark walnut. I'm pretty sure in all of these, I've got something that's going to work. Yes, there it is. Let's grab that. We're going to go with dark walnut. Gotta get it out of here. Found it. The graining on the top of this is dry, and although I really do like this more natural tone that it has, I want these to be a little more vibrant, a little richer, a little deeper in color. So that's why I got out the Minwax stain. This is actually a dark walnut. You can't read the can anymore. It's been well loved, but this is a dark walnut. We're going to go for more of that deeper, richer stain. So I'm going to put this on with a lint-free rag. Wipe back a little bit. Now that it's completely dry, I can wipe it back a little bit. If it's not dry, you want to wait till it is completely dry, because you will mess up all that beautiful grain pattern that you just put on there, and you don't want to do that. You'll have to do it all over again. So let's get this stain on, and we're almost done. Full disclosure, we're over the 24-hour mark at this point. But the only reason I'm over it is because I chose to use an oil-based stain on the top of this instead of water-based. So I've just waited an extra amount of time before I could poly top coat this. I wanted to make sure that the oil was completely dry. It takes a lot longer for oil to dry than a water-based stain. So technically I'm still doing all right. Plus, you know, I want to sell these for a high dollar. In my area, nightstands easily go for $600 to $700. That's my goal with these. So I want them to look really good. I'm finishing this off with Retique It's satin top coat. This is like an epoxy based top coat. It helps seal in that faux wood grain that I created. I'm applying this with a sponge. It glides on really easily, and you can see exactly where you put it, so you make sure you've got plenty of overlap on your layers, and this will be good to go.
My hardware has arrived, so I'll use my hardware template to figure out the perfect spacing.
Just in here getting ready to list these. I'm scrolling through my local Facebook marketplace, and as suspected, I am not coming across very many nightstands at all. If I'm seeing them, they're single nightstands. There isn't a pair, and they're not refinished. They're not newer looking. So I'm going to stick with my asking price of $700. I know that that's high, but I'm going to go a little supply and demand on this one. If I had to tell you what my gut tells me is I'm going to probably sell them for around $600, but really and truly looking on here, this is my first pair that I've come across, $800 for a pair of Drexel nightstands in the older style. They're not refinished. So I'm going to stick with $700 and see where we land. All right, guys, I've got these posted. I already have some interest. Someone's coming over at 4 o'clock today to check them out, and she has not tried to negotiate with me so far. I did have another person inbox me as well, but they don't seem like they're committed, let's say that, for Facebook Marketplace. So as usual, follow along. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I update you all with what sells and what it sells for on my community page. So when these do sell, hopefully later today, I'll have an update on that community page for what I ended up selling them for. Thanks so much for tuning in today, you guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already. My next flip, it's already rolling in. You don't want to miss it. And if you loved today's flips with that faux finish top on the top of that, I've created a whole playlist for you guys to go check out so you can see the other projects that I've done that top on. You don't want to miss those if you haven't seen them already. I'll see you guys next time on Lemons to Lemonade Furniture.